Everything looks the same right now, and you've probably felt it too. The same silhouettes, the same color palettes, the same aesthetics. Recycled over and over again until you can't even tell where one trend begins and the other one ends. But this isn't coincidence. Fashion isn't becoming boring, it's becoming homogenized. And today we're breaking down why. Hi, my name is Sophia and I'm a fashion and culture enthusiast, and I'm so happy to have you here. For most of fashion history, trends traveled slowly. They passed through designers, editors, subcultures, and cities. They evolved, they matured, and they meant something. But on TikTok and Instagram, the trend doesn't grow into something. It appears and then evaporates. The algorithm rewards whatever is the easiest to copy or the thing that stands out the most. Not what's innovative, what's cultural, just whatever keeps people scrolling. That's why so many trends nowadays feel more like templates and shopping lists. Clean girl, coquette, old money, mob wife, ballet core, tomato girl, quite luxury, everything. They aren't trends, they are content formats and things you can purchase and buy. The algorithm picks the lowest denominator, pushes it globally, and makes it look universal, even when it isn't. Because there are many trends, right, that are purely online. There are many videos about it on YouTube as well. So many trends that are online, but they don't hit reality. You don't see them out in the streets. 20 years ago, a trend lasted years. 10 years ago, it lasted seasons. Today, it lasts about 3 weeks. We adopt it, we overconsume it, we get sick of it, and then we make fun of it and create a whole lot of waste doing it. The cycle is so fast that people can't build identity of the things that they put on. They can't create identity through their style. You can't own an aesthetic anymore because once you do, the internet has already moved on again. And the result? Everybody looks the same, but nobody knows why. Now, fast fashion always used to react to trends. Well, now it also manufactures demand by mass producing different trends each week. Look at Zara, H&M, Shein, all of them. That's why you can walk into 5 different retailers and see the exact same products. Same cut jeans, same knits, same silhouette, same viral accessories, same colors, same shoes. Brands don't seem to be designing anymore, they seem to be doing data scraping. Fast fashion optimizes for speed and volume, not creativity. And entire retail landscapes start looking algorithmically engineered. Because think about it, think back. There used to be a visual identity tied to a place, for example. Parisian chic, Tokyo street style, the colorful styles of Copenhagen, or New York City minimalism. Now, the internet has collapsed geography. Everyone sees the same references, buys from the same brands, and participates in the same microtrends simultaneously. A girl in LA, Berlin, and Seoul are often wearing the same outfits, and while of course this isn't bad and it can be a great thing, it does also show a loss of creativity and cultural identity, and the internet is to blame. The world feels visually smaller, and fashion feels less diverse. I know this may be a unpopular opinion, but personally I was very sad when Alessandro Michele left Gucci for Valentino. I'm very glad that he's still around being a creative director, but I was very sad that he left Gucci and that Sabato De Sarno did what all the brands were doing, which was minimalizing Gucci. And I know that there are house codes and that back in the day, they were different to what Alessandro Michele did to the brand. But I thought I loved Gucci for being different from all the other brands, for having such a interesting way of dressing, even though it's not particularly mine. I thought it was just so interesting, so I was very sad when Sabato De Sarno made it so minimalistic again. And this is not against him as a designer. I think it was more of like a cultural thing that was going on. But I guess when culture becomes chaotic, what is usually the answer is restraint. And for us, that meant in fashion. You can see it in the Row's commitment to uniform and anonymity, Bottega's quite structured silhouettes, Miu Miu's stern, almost academic sparseness, Loewe's structural clarity. Designers are pulling back, putting away decorations. They are rejecting noise. And while I personally like to dress rather in a minimalistic way, what I love about fashion is the creativity in what it makes me feel. And yeah, I think that's an interesting shift. Because minimalism, why it's definitely a cultural wave, it's also a cultural correction. Now, to me, in this case, homogenization doesn't mean that everything looks identical, because it doesn't. It means everything is derivative. You can choose ballet core, Pilates princess, mob wife, coquette, clean girl, vanilla girl, whatever you want. But they are all built from the same handful of references, I feel. Soft neutrals, sheer fabrics, tiny bows, ballet flats, slick buns, big coats, etc., etc. It's a different costume, but it's the same story. Now, what comes next? I feel like people are exhausted. They are over it. They are overwhelmed, overstimulated, and uninspired. And when that happens in fashion and the arts, something interesting always follows. A return to individuality. Not louder trends, I don't think that's possible, but rather personal ones. Like the bag charm trend. Not chasing aesthetics maybe, but redefining personal uniforms. And hopefully not more clothing, but better clothing. That's my vision for the future. We are entering an era where the most stylish people aren't the ones that are ahead of trends and start the trends early, but the ones that finally step outside the algorithm. Style is becoming slower, more intentional, and more unique again. And that's not just reaction, I hope it's a revolution. And I mean, you can see it all around, right? There are so many videos about finding your own personal style. There are trends like the bag charm trend that want you to be personal, that want you to be personal, right? Or that people are watching because they want to have something more individual to them. Even though, of course, that doesn't happen by just buying something. And you also won't find your personal style by just watching videos about it, going on Pinterest, and then buying more clothes. If you're interested, I just uploaded a video about being creative again and how to lean into your creative side after rotting online for most of the time. So if you're interested, it will be linked down below. Now, to conclude this video, if everything feels the same to you at the moment, it's not in your head. It's the result of algorithms, globalizations, microtrends, and overproduction. But the solution is simple. Get offline. Step back from trend chasing, define your own aesthetic, and build a wardrobe that reflects you, not the feed. And if you want more deep dives like this, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be so happy to have you back next time. Thank you so much. Bye.